Sofian. This is Novadus, a D&D stream where we play in space. Hello, Home Sofian. This is Novadus, a D&D stream where we play in space.
Okay, so. Uh-oh.
We cannot hear the DM.
Yeah.
Sorry, I moved my mic away. Do you want to go ahead and introduce your characters, starting with Tam first?
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I play Tam Raghnaill, a human fighter, and he's kind of a rough and tumble pirate, and he's kind of a tall guy with brown hair and a brown coat, red shirt, and carries a pistol.
All right, Elowen.
I'm Leslie, and I play Elowen, who is a Venus artificer. The Venus race is plant-based, so they have kind of barky, green, shaded skin, and they are specifically of the flower class, so they have some petals and little rosebuds, space buns, and kind of petals that come out around their waist that kind of look like a skirt. But yeah.
Briney?
I'm Kit, and I'm playing Briney, who's a water genasi paladin. She's got some blue-green hair and some chainmail and a big hammer she calls Bessie, and a laser pistol that Tam is teaching her how to use because she's from a little island called Rumblecus, so she doesn't know about all this space stuff too much just yet. She's learning.
Shanti?
I'm Krisi. Hello. And I play Shanti Satara. She is a Samsaran, which is a race I learned about through Jen. And so they look like humans, but she's very, very tall and kind of like model thin, and has blue skin and white eyes without pupils, and long black hair. And I kind of based her off of the Trill from Star Trek, so she has the spots going down the side of her face and neck and down her body, but hers are sort of iridescent white, and they look like star constellations because she's a Circle of Stars cleric, Circle of Stars druid, multi-class peace cleric. So she's kind of serious, but she's kind of fun. So, and diplomatic.
She just had a party.
Yeah.
I am Alex, and I am playing Morgan Vysha'ar, who is a half-elf swashbuckler rogue. She is kind of very tall and noble-looking, and kind of presents herself in that manner. Just kind of fake it till you make it sort of thing. She is very much charismatic and knows it.
Yo?
And hi, I'm Lionel. I'm playing eolinl, the gnome assassin, who, as far as everyone is concerned, is just a random employee and looking business casual. He has obviously way more hair than I do. But yeah, overall, he's a nice-looking guy outside.
Awesome. So this originally started off stream as a little thing. So these characters do know each other. They're kind of a little bit established, and Alex is going to do a little recap of what happened.
Yeah. So, our tale begins as all excellent ones do, with subterfuge, a rescue mission, and a tavern, although not necessarily in that order. Gathered from across the galaxy of Novadus, 6 highly skilled individuals were summoned to Turcom Station, on the border between the Argalan Empire and the United Peacekeepers Alliance. Excuse me. There they met with Thistle, a man desperate to find a family friend. The woman, Inaz's last known location, was a nowhere planet deep in Durburg territory, chasing rumors of slavers. During their flight, Morgan made contact with her superiors at the Senate, relaying her location and requesting information. It quickly became clear that this ragtag group of not yet friends had stumbled into something much farther reaching than they had ever expected, but Morgan chose to play that information close to her chest. Arriving at the last known location of Ina, the party infiltrated an orcish outpost, eliminating those who opposed them. Within, they recovered the android woman and rescued many goblins and kobolds who had been captured and held there. As they fled, Morgan made her intentions to divert the ship to the Senate known. Heated debate ensued, but ultimately everyone agreed and they returned to the Senate by the fastest available means, a secure hypergate for which Morgan had temporary clearance code. Upon arrival, they met with her direct superior, an elven man named Shoulder, who had another mission for them, should they choose to accept it, and he has provided them with information on their next target, a dwarvish man named Deck, linked to a group called the Act, known for their skill in transporting people, willingly or otherwise. His last known location, a planet in Genasi territory, where an 11-day festival is about to begin. So tension lingers around the party, and a feeling of unease hangs in the air as the questions remain. How deep does this corruption go? And is it a burden that these 6 can shoulder alone?
So that you guys are now currently on your way to Fway planet in Fway territory. Very creative people. And you guys are about an hour away when you hear Xerxes come on the intercom and go. Elowen is requesting your attendance in their facility. Please come now. And it goes out to all of you.
Head on over.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, make my way there.
Elowen will wait for everybody to get there. And then just say, I have been working on a project, and I think that it's time to reveal it to all of you. And they will... I haven't worked out exactly how this works, but they will kind of give a little whistle, and you will see a miniature version of the clockwork dragon that we fought come and swoop around you guys and land on a table in front of you. This is something that I have been working on since joining the ship, and thought that you could benefit from knowing what it does so that you don't shoot it or attack it, but also can help me figure out a name for it. And so I will kind of... I'm trying to think. I will instruct the construct to do a couple of its different features. So I will say sound the alarm, and this is something that the construct can do for us if it notices that we've been breached by anyone, or it will wake us all up basically so that we know that something is going on. It can also help with repairs to the ship, and because it is small, it can get into small areas. And we can put it on patrol whenever we are gone from the ship, or whenever we are in, territory that we may be, who knows what, in. It can also do some small attacks, but one of the most handy things that I thought we could have is that it will stabilize creatures as necessary, so that's always a good thing. And it can move around throughout the ship while we are doing any battles or anything like that.
So it stabilizes us when we're wounded?
It will stabilize you if you are unconscious, I believe, and so you don't have to make any more death saving rolls. And then I can instruct it to also give you 1 HP to bring you back up. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that can be helpful. Trying to think. As of right now, it is a part of the ship. It's attuned to the ship, and so it's not going to be coming with us off the ship, but if we have, situations here on the ship, then it will be able to help us. So, yeah.
What's his name?
Just in case.
Well, what?
It needs a name.
Yes, it needs a name. That's one of the things that I am not great at. So I was hoping that you may be able to help me. Construct number 7.365 is a little bit of a mouthful.
7. We can call him 7.
7?
No, it could be something different. It could be anything. I was just being kind of flip.
We could call him.
I don't know. I have no idea. I really
Seven
do
is a
suck
pretty
at
good
names.
name.
Is it
Just so we know
How big?
the whole stabilization going. How often can he do that? Just in case everything goes completely astray.
So, go ahead.
So basically, it has a pool of points, and it takes points to do those things. I think it has a pool of 15, and whoever is in control of it after a long rest, it resets its points, and it's 1 point to stabilize you, and then an additional point to bring somebody up to 1 HP. So, like, if everyone's going down and Shanti goes down, whoever has it can expend 2 points, bring her up, and she can heal other people to bring them up. That's the thought process behind that.
Okay.
It automatically stabilizes and brings up to 1 HP the person that it is currently attuned to, though. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you can kind of go and revive.
Mhm. Nice.
Can it help repair the ship, or not worth it because it's still a little?
No, it does. It takes some time, but it does 1d8 plus a proficiency modifier over 10 minutes, or you can spend an extra point to do a 1d12 to repair.
Well,
This is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
now we know why we haven't seen you in a while. You've been very busy.
I'm also very antisocial.
Yeah. We're gonna cure you of that, sweetie. Charismatic.
Well, do you have more?
Chat has suggested Dora. As
I
a
know, I'm
name,
reading the chat too.
Dora
and I
from
love
Space
it.
Explorer.
We definitely need something short.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of love it. Yep.
As you guys are in there, probably about 30 minutes later, Morgan and Tam are alerted by Xerxes saying, "Somebody is on the comms wishing to speak to one of you as you approach the planet on confirmation of why you are here."
Oh, do we have an official story why we're here?
Nope.
I don't remember. What did our friend? We're here for the party. Yes,
Basically.
because I party like a genasi.
Go to
so
the
I'm
comms.
ready.
Go to the bridge.
Yeah, we'll go to the bridge. Because where are we? What planet are we headed to? Oh, we don't have a specific planet, or just an area we're headed to?
The main planet you guys are going to is also called Fway.
Okay.
It's the home planet of Fway territory.
Okay. That's where all the genasis are.
Unless someone would like to take the lead on this one, shall I take the comm?
I think Morgan and Tam are going to head to the bridge and
Okay.
open their line of communication. Yeah, so we'll head up there and accept the transmission.
When you accept the transmission, you hear a woman's voice saying, "This is Fway Communication Center. We are just checking in on why you are coming here. Please state your intention of why you are approaching the planet."
To see and
Look at
participate
Morgan
in the
and
festival.
Do what?
Okay.
To see and participate in the festival.
Oh, Oh, yeah, it's always great to have other people coming in our festives. If you mind waiting at your location right now for 20 minutes, we should have a transport ship. It's currently crowded and we don't have anywhere for docking near the planet. Is that acceptable?
Of course.
Do I
the
believe
ship-
her?
You can roll an insight check at disadvantage
Oh.
because it's just by voice.
Nice.
Yeah, she's legit. 6.
A ship designated Sesto will be arriving in about 22 minutes at your location. They will contact you within 5 minutes of arrival. Thank you for waiting. And the comm shut down.
Okay.
Is there anything anybody wants to do in that like weird 20 minutes that you have waiting?
I'm just gonna put on the party clothes and look like we're there to celebrate.
Within 5 minutes of that, Morgan, you get a page from Shaldir. I have made requests that Shanti has requested. Danger Kitty will have a booth at the festival, and they have all of her items there,
Danger Kitty!
Yes.
along
We'll
with
pass that along.
some
Favorite
other things
shop.
that you must pick up. And then he ends the transmission as abruptly as he always does.
That's
Oh,
He's
smooth.
just like that.
Yeah.
She'll pass that along.
Yeah.
She'll go find Shanti and let her know.
Shanti will do a little happy dance. That's our first stop, guys.
Elowen will like program the construct to respond to Dora and Seven. So whichever you like.
Aw.
Do we have to?
Go ahead.
So do we have to activate 7 to do what we request, or is it automatically gonna do its thing once we leave?
You would have to give it that order, but like the patrol order is like it follows a specific route for 8 hours, and then whoever is attuned to it, which I'm assuming is Elowen currently,
Yeah.
can bend a point and change that, but it will report to her
Okay.
or Xerxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, are we gonna be like boarded by some other ship, like ship to ship to get over? Because we're in space, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a shuttle dock to pick us up kind
Yeah.
of thing. Okay.
The ship comes and contacts you. They say over the intercom. Ship Seto here to pick up passengers for transport to Fue.
Okay.
I
We
will
go to
set
it.
7 to do the search pattern while we're gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It takes 10-ish minutes to do the connection and have you all go over. And as you enter the ship, it looks as if you got onto a school bus and it's just a bunch of seats. And there's several different genasies, dwarves, all kinds of races just crammed into this little bus ship.
Okay. Is there anybody I recognize?
Uh, roll a perception. It's kind of crowded. You can't move around.
Let me see. 8.
You don't recognize anyone.
Oh,
Not even
There's
your
not
own
a-
crewmate.
You swear they got on.
probably all on the planet. No worries.
Are there any interesting conversations that Morgan can overhear with the stupid amount of languages she speaks?
How intently are you listening to others' conversations? Or are you just kind of like seeing if you can pick up something?
She's mostly kind of seeing if she can pick up something, kind of being aware of why they're here.
Okay, I will say you can roll an investigation check since you have the linguistic feat. And it makes sense not to give you disadvantage.
Garbage. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. It's mainly about what people want to do, people talking about how they're excited for the fire ale drinking contest, and some of the booths that are going to be there. But you do pick up somebody saying that they heard that Zephyr lost his kobold companions, that they were taken last night.
Zephyr, huh? Kobold companions. Interesting. Yeah.
Is there any way to sit at the very back of the shuttle to have a overview of everything that's happening? Is there any seat available?
The only seats available are really, there's a couple in the front and a couple in the back. So if you guys are willing to separate, then you can go to the back.
I'll find somebody interesting to sit next to. I'm not shy.
Go straight to the back.
There are windows on the ship, and as you guys get closer, you notice that there are just crammed ships, like making a ring around the planet, almost. As you guys get closer, like a lot of people are here.
Cool.
Still a parking lot.
Owen is gonna stand awkwardly in the middle and just sketch people that she sees, or they see.
Briney, roll me a history check.
History?
Yes.
God, my new dice are not being kind. 3.
Okay, never mind.
I got this pretty new dice and it's go in there.
You guys are shuttled to the planet, and it makes its descent. It's bumpy, but not the worst descent that you guys have ever been on. You land. It does take a moment for you guys to adjust because you just landed on the planet.
Turbulence, yeah.
But you start, once you guys get your bearings, you notice that there's a huge crowd just going towards this archway that just says Day of Fire. And it is just loud. People are throwing fire in the air, dancing, just all over the place, obnoxiously having fun.
So Morgan, would you have shared with us what you heard about Zephyr and his kobold people?
After we're off the ship.
Okay. Like, do we want to try and follow that person who said it so we can maybe get any more clues? Or do we want to just go right to Danger Kitty, because that's obviously the most important thing?
I mean, we have to have our priorities, right? And Danger Kitty is the top priority.
Number one.
Yes.
For the viewers, Danger Kitty is our favorite shop in the mall, and it has all of the things that we need.
They give us punch cards. I'm trying to get a free item.
And Shanti's got some orders that she's got to pick up, so...
I could follow them and meet you back at the Danger Kitty.
Oh, I don't think we should split.
Then I shall not do that.
I mean, if you really want to, I'm not let you live your lone life, but I don't know that we should split just yet.
I mean, if we're gonna split, at the very least, someone should go with you.
Right. I'm not stealthy at all.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Team Rogue.
I stand out a little bit.
We wouldn't even know the lay of the land to know how to meet up or to find one another. It's not like we have communicators or any.
Well, I used to live here, so I know a little bit.
We have weeks
there's
to think
a
about
giant archway that we could meet next to.
Right.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Are you guys just all going in now? Because the person that had said it is a fire genasi, and he's kind of just... He's still talking to the other genasi that he was talking to, and they're kind of just walking towards it now.
Okay.
But not fastly, because they don't feel like they're being followed.
Right. He's just going to the party.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go in and as we're talking about this.
Yeah.
It is a good lead.
He's a lead, at the very least.
As you guys get further in, there are a couple fire genasi in robes and masks. And of what looks like just two other genasis. Like, all the men looked like one male, and all the female look like another female. And they are giving out pamphlets and stuff as you guys enter.
Does the pamphlet have a map on it?
Elowen takes one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab a pamphlet.
One of the pamphlets has a picture of a male and female fire genasi, and it says vote for Scoria and Molt. And it is the image of the female and male that they are wearing as masks. It's like a presidential flyer.
Okay, I was like, is it prom king and queen? No, it's presidential. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know the current president is Fire Genasi,
Yes.
right? Is it this person or is this a different candidate?
Roll me another history check.
Dice.
You can do this one with advantage, and I'm
I was gonna
assuming
say.
you're gonna get guidance because we have the guidance queen next to you.
The guidance queen is here. Okay.
Okay.
That's a nat 20. See what happens when I have advantage, because the other one was a 12. So that's 22 plus whatever. I wasn't ready with the D4, but with Shanti I should be. Okay, here we go. So that's 24 total.
At your time at the Temple of Nidium that you kind of trained at, you had heard that there was going to be an election soon. And so you had asked about it, not knowing what it was about, and pretty much that the fire genasi that is currently the president of Sway territory is asking for the right of death. And meaning that he's old, he wants to go ahead and move on with life. He doesn't feel like he can help anymore. And the way the presidency works here is once you're elected, you are president until you die or you ask for the right of death. And so these people who are running, you know that the person who's getting elected, which is Scoria, would be taking over as president, and in her position of leader of the House of Fire would be taken over by Molt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep an eye out for any other flyers, any other applicants to the position.
I'm gonna explain the position of these people to my group so they know who they are.
You also know that since it is the Day of Fire, it is basically just people learning about the fire candidate, and this is their way of showing how good they are at entertaining.
Okay.
And then tomorrow will be the day of debate, and which will be the fire candidates giving their speech, and everybody listening to them, asking them questions, and then it would be followed by the day of water, which would then just be the water repeat through all the elements.
Because it's like an 11-day festival, right? So there's a lot going on. Okay.
And the last day of the festival is just the debate between all the candidates at once.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
And the second pamphlet you get is a map that looks a lot like if you go to an anime convention and they tell you where all the booths are.
Yes.
Danger kitty!
Amazing. Alright, so we all have a map.
Memorize it completely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did Eel grab one before he went off? Because then we could be like, meet us at Danger Kitty.
Yeah.
And Morgan gonna go with Eel. Do we still see that fire genasi that was talking about his kobold companions?
Yeah, the entranceway is very narrow, pretty much to give you all of this flyers and stuff. Like at one point, you guys start getting like the flower lace that you would in Hawaii, and they're red and stuff like that. So you guys are just given a bunch of stuff. At one point, drinks are forced in your hand, and before it's like a 30-foot walk before you guys can disperse.
Okay.
It takes about 10 minutes because there's a lot of people trying to get in.
Yep.
So getting Shanti through all of this is going to be a little bit like herding cats, because she's just going to want to talk to everybody and get into the festivities and probably not stay quite focused. But
Danger kitty.
yeah, yes.
I know where you live.
I lean towards Morgan, and in Thieves' Cant, I just say that you should stay close to them since you understand them. I will stay a few paces in the back to watch over what's happening and make sure that you are not followed.
That's a good idea, especially considering I'm very bad at looking around at things.
Just listen, I'm looking. No worries.
Both of you roll a stealth check. With advantage, just because it's crowded and it's going to be really hard to notice somebody's following you.
Thank you for that. 12.
19.
Alright. So, we'll do you guys first. The guy is talking, he's like, yeah, I feel kind of bad for him, because, like, it's not his fault. And then they turn a corner, and you kind of and then people start to get in your way. So, you can press forward and try to get closer to them, or just try to keep following from a distance until they stop somewhere. So it depends on how close you want to get to them. But there's usually like 3 to 4 people if you take any steps back.
So I can send Esri ahead and ask her to trail them, so that if we get a little bit separated, at least we can kind of keep eyes on them.
Okay. Then I would...
Why don't you
think
tell
Morgan
people
would
what Esri
probably
looks
step-
like?
Yes.
Tell
What
people
does
about
it look
Esri.
like?
Oh, so Shanti is a druid, but her family line, or her self line, they don't really wild shape. She just uses her wild shape to either do her stars constellation feature, or to create her familiar, which is a little cat, fey cat called Esri. And Esri Sitar was her previous manifestation, so the cats are always named after the one that came before.
I think Morgan would probably get a bit closer, because she feels like she can, and that she can just make herself feel like she belongs anywhere.
Ponty, roll a perception check for Esri to see if she can pick up on one of them to trail, because they are stealthing and trying to be discreet.
The Genasis are being discreet?
No, Morgan and
Your party members.
your
I
party
was
members.
going to send Esri, because you said that the Genasi people turned the corner and we were going to lose them in the crowd. So I was going to have Esri trail.
Oh, you're
the
having
one-
them.
The
Okay, yeah.
Genasi.
Okay.
If
Just roll
that's
a
okay?
perception check. Yeah, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. But still roll a perception check to see if Esri kept a beat on them.
So is it my perception?
I believe. I don't know how familiars work. I'm gonna be honest here.
They should have their own stats, I think,
Yeah, I think she has her own.
depending on
Well,
the
I got
shape.
a 21 without any addition. And I will try and find out. I apologize. I will try and find out that.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're fine. You don't have to take your time looking. She sees
Okay.
them, and she's able to keep
Okay.
her distance and constantly see them. They're kind of tall, so she's just looking up and finding the fire. Morgan, when you get closer, you start hearing him say, well, that's what he gets for picking a companion instead of a slave. And then, like, he just kind of glances at you and he's just like, sorry. And goes back to talking to his person and just feeling like, well, if their genasis weren't so arrogant about who they owned and who they used as slaves and treated them like they were supposed to, maybe they wouldn't have gotten taken. And he's just being really arrogant and uppity for no reason out loud.
That sounds like my kind of person.
Like, he's not being discreet at all, so you don't really have to... Like, other people are starting to notice him getting angry and heated, and are, like, kind of looking at him.
Are they saying that in common or in their own language?
Common. Like, he's just being open about it.
Okay.
This is the kind of place where they can be open about that kind of thing.
And eventually, they make their way to a booth that says, vysha'ar contest. And people are just talking and having a conversation and drinking, and it's a lot of fire genasis. There's a couple of other people, like some dwarves, some air genasis, but there's also a group of people hurling in the back corner or doing this chanting thing. But mainly the people casually talking are fire genasis and dwarves.
Yep.
The drinkers.
Alright, so yeah, once they've kind of made their way there, Morgan will go back to find Eel and relay to him what she found out, and then I guess we go back and meet up with the others.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet. Let's.
Yeah, so we'll start making our way back to Danger Kitty.
Alright, as you guys, all four are together, you do get a couple of looks, especially, Elowen and Shanti, because there are a couple of other Venuses here, and there is another Samsarian that you see, but they kind of just quickly disappear, and you're not 100% sure if you saw them or not.
Interesting.
But, like, you guys are weirder, even though there is a huge mix of people. You get the feeling that other people of your race don't usually typically come here because they're not necessarily party people.
Yeah, I believe it.
Briney's just
Can we look
proven.
Can we look at the pamphlet and see if there's any other booths that are around that are interesting?
You look at the pamphlet, you will pass 3 booths. One called Discounted Goods, Bee's Knees Bakery, and Venus Flowers.
No, stop it. I am not Wazitum today. I would not care about bakery.
It's not competition. Maybe there's a little gnome working in the bakery, though.
Elowen would want to stop at the Discounted Goods for sure to look for anything that would be helpful in creating any of her other projects. I doubt, they would alert anybody in the group, though. They would just wander off.
Are you being sneaky, or are you just wandering off?
Yeah, just wandering off.
Alright, would you 3 like to make a perception check to notice if she...
Yeah.
I'm wandering off.
When you lose your friends in the artist's alley.
Face
A dirty 20.
Oh, that's good.
7.
'cause I rolled up 4.
So,
You start looking at the bakery, and then you notice the space buttons going to the left.
I guess I got a little bit confused about mechanics with Esri. But anyway, I'm assuming she's with me now, so I'll send Esri with Elowen, and then I'll grab the other two so that we don't get lost from each other and head wherever Elowen was going.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go check out this discounted goods store.
As you go into the discounted goods, there is a halfling man sitting there, and he's just like, "Hello, can I help you?"
What is it? What has he got in the store? Is there like things on display?
Behind him, there is a bag that looks really dingy. And a couple of half bottles of stuff that you're not exactly sure what they are. And then there is like scrap metal, and it looks like a shady antique pawn shop kind of combination.
It's a junkyard.
Yeah.
Okay. But Elowen has found some cool stuff in some junk, so there might be something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I cast
Elowen
detect
is-
magic just to see if there's any little gems.
All
not
the
gems,
all the potions light up, and the bag lights up.
Ooh.
Oh.
Elowen will approach the halfling man and say, "I would like to purchase discounted goods."
Well, you're my type of person.
She is throwing the charm on today. You guys don't know, but that's charm.
My name is Chandler. What would you like?
Handler? Is that what you said?
Chandler.
I like scrap metal.
Huh. I sell it by a pound. 1 silver a pound.
Let me check my inventory really quick. Where am I at? Pretty sure I'm good. How much do you have total?
One moment. And he starts going through, and he's just like, he shakes his boxes a little bit, and he's like, here at this booth, I think I got about 30 pounds. Give or take an ounce or two.
Take the lot.
All right. I can help you
Will they
carry it
transport
if
it?
you need.
Or
Elowen,
will deliver it?
Elowen will just start putting things in the little pouch on her hip, or on their hip, which is actually a bag of holding, so whatever will fit in there.
That'll be 3 gold.
Oh, yes, and they will pay the man.
He pockets it.
Turning around and seeing everybody came to see the discounted goods also. Are you also interested in discounted goods?
Yes, I am interested in the bag. May I see it, please?
Bags are very handy.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Yeah.
It's expensive. That's my top seller.
But
Oh
it's
no, we lost someone.
discounted. Oh yeah. Oh, we lost you. Oh, there she is.
Hey, I come back. I'm coming. My internet's funky today. Hello. Okay. Do we know what magic the bag is giving off when you do detect magic? You get the school. Oh, I don't have.
We annoyed Jax with it
Yeah.
yesterday. We will annoy you with this today.
Yes. Well,
Printed it off, buddy.
Megan gave her a easy.
You come prepared.
Yeah. Well, there's an easy
Megan is the
reference that
MVP.
Megan posted. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Believe it's
Nice.
enchantment.
Okay. So, I'm gonna look inside the bag.
Looks like a bag.
Okay, I'm gonna put like, what do I have in my inventory? Let me look at my thingy really quick. I'm gonna put a my axe in there. I have a hand axe. I'm just gonna put it in the bag. And is it like a bag? I'm like testing to see if it's a bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Yes. How much for this dingy bag?
He's like,
It's
special.
dingy.
It might be dingy, but it's special.
Okay. Two gold? How much is it?
Well, see, here's the thing. It has some issues.
Oh. Issues. You can't see me? Hang on.
Oh. Sometimes nothing happens.
Hello. Can't see
Sometimes-
Jennifer. Okay.
Well, see, sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes when you open it, mayonnaise comes out. And then other times, it starts vibrating uncontrollably. It's great. It holds the stuff, but it does some weird stuff.
The discount on that would be great, I would think. So what are we talking about for the vibrating mayonnaise bag?
Well, see, one that is in perfectly good condition, that doesn't vibrate or produces mayonnaise, which some people really like mayonnaise, costs around
I've heard that.
4,000 gold.
How many?
Well, it costs 4,000 gold if it's in good, perfectly working condition.
Right, but it's not. So
How about 1,000 gold?
1,000. What do you guys think? Does that
Is
sound
it
like a
seems
good
very
deal?
Well,
unsure of
Well,
that price.
Yeah, let's work up from the 2 gold. And see.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
and is there a risk of it losing stuff?
yeah.
It's all well and good if it adds stuff, but
If
will
I
it
put an
lose stuff?
axe in and I say, "Give me my axe," am I gonna get mayonnaise instead?
Does it
We
turn my
tried?
eggs into mayonnaise?
I put my axe in there.
Try to
and
get
I'm
your
gonna
axe
say,
back.
Axe.
You got your axe back.
Okay, but you said sometimes. What if I need my axe and mayonnaise comes out?
Okay. When I say
If your axe,
sometimes,
there's mayonnaise on it. A slippery and you cannot hold it.
it's
Everything's good in
rare,
mayonnaise.
and it's only when you open it that it starts to do weird things, and it's rare.
It's rare.
Yeah. For the most part, it's a bag of holding, and you always get your stuff back. I've never not gotten my stuff back. Hold on. And he sticks his hand in there.
Leave this little halfling. That's what I want to know.
He's like, see, I got apples in there. It's where I keep my lunch.
Is that why there's mayonnaise in there?
It's convenient sometimes.
Do
It's
I
not
believe
convenient when you have apple pie.
Do I believe him
Ew.
that it's a rare problem?
Roll an insight check.
Insight. 7.
With guidance.
Totally
I
believe him.
believe him. Okay, I don't even know how much gold I have. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I only have 988 gold. Can we make a deal?
Do you have anything cool to trade?
I have.
Because this is my lunchbox. It's really good
This
at
is your
keeping my lunch good.
lunchbox.
Oh, that's really sad to take the guy's lunchbox.
He had it for sale.
Yeah,
money.
money.
I'll throw in this axe.
You
It's
take
already in the
that.
bag. I mean, there's an axe. I give you the.
It looks out.
Would you take 30
It's a
pounds of
good
scrap
axe.
metal?
No.
I tried.
It's a good axe. I mostly use old Bessie here, so the axe is in pretty good condition.
Licks the axe.
Yeah, tasty.
Yukon Cornelia style.
Does it taste like mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Sell it to you for 800 if I get to keep the axe.
Deal.
And I want a handshake.
Shake.
Alright.
Okay. All right. Let me adjust my gold.
May or may not have been the best deal ever made in a fantasy game.
I mean, 800 for a bag of holding? That's pretty good. Even
Sometimes
if
you
it's
get
weird.
mayonnaise.
Even if it's weird, you never know, and that might come
That's
in
awesome.
handy.
If
Okay,
you're making a
It's one of a
sandwich, I
kind.
mean, come on.
right?
So I would like to
It's
ask
one of a-
about the potions. Like, what are the potions that he has?
These three, and he points at them. They're called mediums wine.
Well, that's my god. Mediums
Mediums.
what?
Wine.
Ooh.
Am I familiar with mediums wine?
You are. It is a potion that a lot of the temples make. It usually has 6 charges of underwater breathing.
Okay.
Or water breathing.
Right.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a full one would have 6 charges, but this is not
Yes.
full. Okay.
Yeah, this looks like from your experience, because you did help like with the process of making this stuff, because that's kind of what your job would have been.
Yeah.
You can tell that it probably has like 4 to 3, depending on which bottle you were to get.
Okay. I mean, I personally don't need it because I can breathe underwater, but if you guys want to have some water breathing potion.
So why are they only half? Like, did somebody drink? Is there like weird backwash in there, or like?
No, I don't know. I got them
As
for
opposed
trade.
to normal backwash.
I got them as a trade.
This is gonna be up on that wall today. You just wait and see.
Are there any other potions, or are they all the Nidium's wine?
Oh well, these 3 are, and these 3 are called. It's some fancy C word. I can't say it. It's clairvoyancy or something like that.
Clairvoyance?
I think. I don't know. It makes you super fast. It like speeds you up. Like people can go like faster than they could before. Like added on to how fast they could go.
Like a haste? Something?
What's haste?
Hey, fast, super fast.
Yeah, they go zoom zoom.
Zoom zoom juice is what we got there.
Apparently,
This is so much better live, you guys.
if you're a fighting type, apparently it makes you a little sturdier. And makes you a little jumpier in action.
It's starting to feel like a spice transaction.
You spite?
Yeah.
You guys are all getting the sense that he just trades stuff. He doesn't know anything about
right.
them.
I love him. Okay.
So what's the
Okay,
catch?
so
Like, why
you
are
guys want, you know,
What did you say?
just wondering what the catch is? Like what's why it discounts? Like,
I mean, I just barter. I usually don't buy anything, so that's why it's discounted, because it costs me nothing.
he's just trading. Do you have something you want to trade him for one of these?
I'm always down for trade. Do you have any musical instruments? Because my daughter is wanting to learn music.
Hmm.
nothing to trade.
Hmm.
Elowen will pull out the, I don't know how to pronounce them, piton?
Pitons?
Yeah. And throw them on the ground and they clank around. Would you like these?
It's like playing the little sticks in elementary
Right.
school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I got the need for calf for some pitons.
Is it a musical instrument?
They are very easy to learn.
Fix them up. It's like, how do I play them?
Well,
Percussion.
yeah, just you toss
Shanties.
them, and depending on where you toss them or how hard you toss them, they make different sounds.
Shanti's kind of musical. She might take 2 and do like the full Will Ferrell like cowbell thing around the shop and just say it's amazing. You can dance and make music at the same time.
I think she'll like that. Well, I'll trade you 1 potion for him.
Cool.
Okay. I have 10 of these. So.
Well, I only really need 2.
The whole family could get in on it.
And if she is very accomplished at musical instruments, she may want more than 2.
Make a persuasion check.
Yes.
And I'll say you can have advantage because of her little bit.
Shanti's selling it.
Yeah. The little.
Let's see. All right.
Yeah. Let's go, elowen.
Okay, so 16 plus 3, 19.
I'll take 3. But you can't take all 3 of these potions. One of them has to be the wine.
Okay.
So 2 zoom zooms and a wine.
Okay. And I will give him 5 of the. I don't even know how to. Pitons? Yeah. And then just say these may be something that you can sell or trade later. The extra ones.
He holds his thumb up and he just sets them aside. Just like, before you go, can I get my lunch out of that bag?
Oh.
I thought that was included.
He goes in and he grabs it and he starts pulling it out and it's like a stub that's as long as him.
It just keeps coming out.
I'm gonna miss the bag. Just gets it down.
I'll come back and visit every once in a while.
Once you guys leave, you start hearing him holler, going, Tay, I need more scrap metal. We sold out. Hey!
Elowen will take the potions and hand them to Shanti and just say, I have observed that you like beverages. And we'll leave it at that.
Thanks.
You beverage drinker, you.
I have added the wine and the other potion, which honestly I can't say the name of the potion, as homebrew items.
Okay.
I'll send you what that is.
Okay, thank
Give
you.
me 1 second. Nidium's wine, it's 1, but it has 4 uses in it.
Okay.
I can do this.
Danger Kitty's here.
Yes.
That is right.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'd like to see my homebrew items. I'm sorry.
My exhibition
Send it
is
to us on the
set.
break, it's fine. So, to Danger Kitty next. So we need to pick up Shanti's
Yes.
things.
Yes. Celerity is it's Celerity.
Celerity.
Yes, and it, whoever drinks it gets 50% faster. You get a +1 to your initiative and your armor class
Whoa.
for an hour.
Nice.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
I'll tuck them away for until we are in a quieter time to disperse them. So.
Okay. As you go towards Danger Kitty, you pass the flower shop and the bakery shop, which, you know, you get all those nice flowery sales and people are attracted into it, but it's covered so you can't just glance, but you do smell it. But all of the booths around here have been like a table with like a signage, and maybe they have some shelves set up behind them. A few of them have like a canopy over them, but when you approach Danger Kitty, it is a full-size circus tent.
Yes.
Yep.
With all of the hairless cats running around, asking if they have a punch card, if they're here for an order, how they could help you.
The Shanti's trying to act extremely cool, but on the inside, she's like, and she would approach one of the cats to say that she had an order of some supplies waiting for her.
Oh, yes. What is the name under?
It should be under Shanti Satara.
Oh, yes, the transportation one. Give us one moment and we'll go get it.
Okay, thank you.
I'll window shop while we're waiting for see if they have new stuff. You know, different all con specials. You know.
You do have special hair sticks, like you can get a set of 4 that's all the elements. That's for a special deal of
No way.
1 gold each.
Ooh.
Morgan
Or-
always needs more hair sticks.
Yeah.
Morgan, Shanti, hair sticks.
You see some new daggers that you didn't see before, which is weird because they didn't usually have straight up weapons at the mall. Most of it was jewelry, but there are a few new scarves that that look different. That I don't actually recall seeing scarves at the mall, but they have a lot of their usual stuff. They have the ring section and the hair stick section.
Like, this is where I got my octopus statement.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Ellen wants to ask, I don't know why I said that, ask one of the cats about communication devices, if they have any pieces that can help them with that.
Cat sits there with its paw under its chin. I don't think it's something that we do. We're more about defense than communication. But I think I know somebody who could do that. He has a book here. His name is I believe all thing is Slobbering Mastiffs.
Interesting. A dog.
Yes.
Yeah, my kitty.
Okay.
Maybe.
Thank you very much.
I see.
Oh, please tell him that we sent you there, and he might give you a discount.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hey.
The cat wanders off to help another customer. Meow.
Can I check out the new stuff that we see there? The scarves and the daggers? Anything special about them?
The daggers are kind of like the Assassin's Creed ones. They show you how you would affix it to your arm and flick it out and use it as a thing to stab people with. It's for our more sleepy clientele. And the scarves are actually, and they hold it out. It has a lot of metal in it, so if you spin it around or you run it across somebody, it will cut them up.
How much is a scarf?
This is a prototype that we're debuting here, so 3 gold.
I'll take it.
I believe you are our first customer of that. Congratulations. Do you have a punch card?
No, Shanti will
I don't
hand you
think I
hers
do.
so she can get the
Oh.
extra.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here. Here, it's right here.
Instead of the 1 punch for the purchase, you get 2 since you were the first one to get it.
Wow.
Bonus.
Awesome.
I'm up to 5.
Cool.
So if he pulls it off of himself quickly, is he going to like?
What color is it? Yeah, what color is it, and like, can I wear it actually?
It's a reddish brown.
Nice.
Okay. Goes with my theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Looking
it's
on purpose.
like brick kind of reddish brown. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
And the properties would be you can use it as a whip and it would do the damage of a whip, or it would do slashing damage, like as a dagger.
Nice.
Depending on how you
Cool.
use it.
It's exciting. Otherwise, it's very stylish.
Yes.
And probably.
Oh, they do
warm.
show you that one side is the cut side and one side is the nice side, so you know which side to put against your body.
Okay.
Good to know. Yeah.
You said three gold?
Yes. After a few moments, your special requests are given to you in a box, and they're like, I believe you said these were gifts, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we added complimentary gift wrapping, and I wanted to make sure that was okay before I handed them over.
Oh, that's very nice.
Do you have your punch card?
Yes, and I get it from Tam, and I hand it to the cat.
Who does the 1 punch? Which you notice now that, like, you thought you heard clicking, and you thought they had something, but it's actually just them puncturing it with their nails.
Nice.
It's a little claw punch.
Nice.
It's effective. So. Oh.
Does anybody want anything else while they're there?
I would probably want to get well, I would need to clarify with the person like what is in each little package for when I give them, and then I would be curious about the elemental hair sticks.
Okay. The elemental hair sticks, they have them. There's 2 versions. We have non-magical and we have magical ones.
Magical, of course.
The magical ones are a little more expensive. They're 100 gold each, but they do each stick, because they come in a pair of 2, does 1d6 of the associated elemental damage.
100 gold per set.
It's 100 per set, or if you buy the whole collection, it's 350.
What the heck? I'll get them.
Yeah.
Morgan and I can share
Give me-
them.
Yeah, give us more hair sticks so that we can
Yes.
stab people with them.
We're gonna look like porcupines with all these like. Do they require?
Morgan
a
already has 3 sets of hair sticks. She just chooses
Right.
which ones to wear.
They don't require attunement, and when you hand her punch card, she punches all of them, and she's like,
Oh.
"You actually qualify for a free item. You are able to get any item in the store, no matter what the price, or you can have one custom made."
Wow.
Ooh.
She stretches a bit. This might be a while, guys. So, I guess what's like the coolest thing?
Define cool. Because technically all this stuff is cool.
It is extreme. I would probably just never leave the store. What do we need, guys?
There are a few pairs of shoes that can either have pop-out daggers, or the stiletto is daggers if you wear heels. There are a few that have poison in them, or can hold poison. There's a few other statement necklaces that look a lot like briney's, or some variation of it that hold potion bottles or poison. There's a few other sets of hair sticks that can be add poison to it to do poison damage if you hit your target. There's one more scarf left that's a whitish green color, like a minty color. and then there's a few pearl necklaces that can be turned into like a really thin cutting wire, and a few rings.
A garrote.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Amen to that.
We're gonna.
Yep. You're out. Someone with your string of pearls.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be here for a couple of days, right? You could come think about it and come back.
Yeah, I can think and cut. Like, I don't have to make a decision right this second, right?
Yes, you can wait.
Okay.
We usually like people to wait so that way they can think if they want custom, because we always like making custom things.
Did I ever get the green liquid that's in my octopus pendant? Did I ever have that identified? I just was looking at my notes. It just says vial of green liquid.
I think I made
Was
a thing
it
on
poison?
D&D Beyond. It is
Okay.
poison,
Okay.
and I think it's like 1d6 or 2d6 per vial, and each vial
There
is
it
one
is.
use.
Yeah, it's acid. It's acid. Okay, it's in the notes. Thanks.
Alright,
I
so
forgot.
I'll tuck my punch card in a very, very secure place.
You need a new punch
Okay.
card.
Yeah, so I guess with my next purchase, yeah. So I'm assuming Shanti will be like me and can't wait to give gifts very well. So she'll hand out. She's already given Elowen some self-sealing stim bolts, and she's given Tam a 3-dragon Annie set and a really cool Klingon-esque style dagger. And she's bought herself some stuff. So she'll hand to Briney the package that has her gift, and then she has one for Eol,
Y'all.
and then one for Morgan. Be like, you guys can open these now if you like, or I just want our team to be unified and together, and these are just my appreciation for what everybody is doing together.
Thank you so
Would
much.
like to open it, yeah.
I open it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Open it.
So Briney is a trident cloak pin, and I believe it also doubles as like a dagger.
Oh, cool.
Eol is when he opens it, it just looks like a very stylish business pen, but it's actually a set of lockpicks. And then
Nice.
and then Morgan's is a necklace. It's a black cord with a green bead, a gold bead, and an amber bead. And somehow it is able to poison people. I'm not sure how that mechanic worked, but yeah. So that was her appreciation for the team.
Bridie's gonna come and give you a big ol' hug. Thank you so much. I love it. Put the pin on.
Yeah, I hope these all come to good use and you guys can enjoy them, and just know that I'm glad that we are all working together to solve this problem.
So, you guys have just opened up your gifts, and Morgan, a cat with a red vest approaches you and just says, "What a wonderful day Novadus has given us. Isn't the weather great?"
Alex's brain is just blanked on what the response is supposed
I
to
know,
be.
I forgot to write that.
We have a thing for that.
Yeah.
It's like the way
Oh,
to
It's
danger.
7:30 in the
know the
morning. I
way.
can be excused.
Yeah. Do you know the way to danger?
Anybody
zone?
can say it, but they're
Yeah.
approaching Morgan.
But we're in danger, kitty.
Oh.
In Danger Kitty, Elowen just yells, "Do you know the way to Danger Kitty?"
Do you sing it like, do you know the way to San Jose?
Oh, God.
When you do it, the cats kind of look at you, and some of the patrons do, and then they kind of are like, whatever, and then go back to it because
She had a
they don't know
long
any.
night.
They don't know anything about
Okay.
your race. They might just think you're a little slow.
Yeah.
And after everybody's attention moves away, he pulls down his thing and shows the symbol of the 3 circles and the sword that indicate that he is an agent of the Senate.
Okay.
And it's like, My name is Danger. I own this establishment.
The Danger Kitty.
The Danger Kitty. All right.
Nice.
Can I have a moment with one or two of you in my office? You guys are such loyal customers, and you've done such business with me that I would like to maybe show you some of our special items.
I'm sure Shanti would be very interested in that.
Secret room.
We'll just cruise the rest of the store while you guys go do
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah.
So just Shanti and Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay. He leads you behind the items into a flat that goes into a smaller offset tent that has nice air conditioning, and all the cats that are on break are just lounging there eating like their food and stuff. Yeah, like it's very pampered.
Like, I'm not already there, but I want to be there.
And he takes you over to this big comfy red chair and with a desk in front of it. And he gets on the comfy chair, and then he starts going through the desk, and he's just like, so I'm supposed to give you this package from the Senate, Sheldare, I believe. And he just kind of scoots it towards Morgan, and then he starts fishing some stuff out, and he hands Shanti a pair of earrings and says, this is so that way if anybody looks, it looks like you're getting something special. And they're actually like earrings that come up and make your points to your ears, and like it's like an ear cuff earring thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Alright, Morgan will open the package and see what's in there.
Inside is a picture of 2 kobolds and a picture of a air genasi, and a letter that says, we just got word that last night Lord Zephyr of the Flora house had been kidnapped from. He is supposed to be at the festival right now at the Carlton Hotel.
That's the dude you followed. I'm not there.
He's being a little weird, and it says in the letter, he's being a little weird about contact, so be cautious when talking to him about the information. We also don't know if Deck is surveying some of the other people there. It looks like he's kidnapping from people who take care of those in their servitude, and not those who are difficult or harmful. Then there is a bag with 100 gold and 10 platinum.
Wow.
And it says used for supplies.
What was the hotel?
The Charlatan.
Charlatan Hotel or house?
No.
Hotel. Thank you.
Yes.
And he said that it's the person, like Deck or whoever, seems to be kidnapping the kobolds.
Kobolds and goblins that are kept by members that treat them well versus the ones who are abusive. And Morgan would pick up that that's probably what the guy that they were following was hinting at, was that Lord Zephyr is somebody who's really kind to his people, and that, well, if he treated them like I treated mine.
Okay, I get it.
Interesting.
Morgan will ask him if he has some paper and some ink that she can use.
He starts shuffling through, and he's just like, it's not the best ink, but I do have some. And he puts a stack of paper down, and it's like this weird orange ink, and he's like, I'm running low, I'm sorry.
Ink is ink. And she will spend a couple of minutes basically just writing the gist of what that letter said in her cipher that she's taught to the rest of the group. So that she can convey that information without anyone else knowing what it says.
Okay.
And then after that...
Do you want to look around the room or anything before you leave, or do you just want to leave? It is a break room, but...
Morgan doesn't pay attention to that kind of thing. Just like, I have a task and I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I would be curious, but I wouldn't be wanting to, like, steal anything from people, but...
Right. Just make a perception check.
27.
Alright, glancing about the room, you start to notice that every cat on break has the symbol on them in some way or some form. And that there are different symbols throughout the tent. You get the indication that the Danger Kitty is a information smuggler for the Senate when they need it.
Okay.
Going into the Freemasons here.
That was like our first contact, so. Back at the mall.
We're actually secret agents, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, after she's finished doing that, we will head out.
I'll put on the ear cuff things to make a show of it.
That the ears, they're a little thicker to actually make it look like you have cat ears, kind of, on your side. He's like, they do have secret compartments in them, so you can store stuff in them.
Cool.
Nice.
About big enough to hold like 10 coins in on each side.
Yeah. Nice.
So they're quite, like, they're big, like, proportionally, like the Finnick fox, like how they have the really big ears to head, that's kind of what they do to you.
Okay.
This is not quite what Shanti's aesthetic would be, but she will wear them proudly. So everybody knows that she was given something nice.
Right.
Yes.
Obviously makes sense they don't sell those.
Yeah. She's a good sport.
You meet up with the rest of the group and I guess shuffle your way out. And Tam, did you want to ask while they were in there?
Yeah, I would have asked when I was in there about the cufflinks that I placed in order.
So, when you ask the cat nearest to you about the cufflinks, they let you know that you need to go to the Drooly Mastiff and ask them for their services, and they can probably by the 11th day make the cufflinks, but it will cost probably 1,000 gold because it is a big undertaking.
Okay. Awesome. Drooling master.
And they do take you over to some cufflinks, and they let you pick out the set, and they've said that they can set it aside if you are going to do that, so that way you can get the cufflinks that you want.
Oh yeah, I will pick out some very nice ones. All right, I'm all set.
So you guys shuffle out, and looking at the map, you notice that there are a couple of arrows on the map that are pointing to hotels, and then they have a list of hotels that are part of the festives for like discounted rates, and they have them ranked by star level, like how great of a hotel it is, and the Charlatan is like the #1 hotel, highest rating on there. But it does not exactly show you where it is in the city, just that it's the nicest one.
So, well, Shanti and Morgan have kind of after I guess when we're in an inconspicuous place, would we have told everybody the information?
Yeah, there's like a couple of like cafes and like sitting spots that are like on the edge of the crowd that you're noticing people are sitting down and having more of a calmer time.
Mm-hmm.
So you could probably move over to one of those corners and talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
So sit down and Morgan will just kind of put the piece of paper on the table with the cipher on it.
Which you all should know, I
Right.
believe.
I've been practicing it.
Yeah.
Morgan spent some time teaching it.
So do we want to head over there, or what's our plan?
I mean, we need to get more information.
Mm-hmm.
Probably need to find him and talk to him.
Yeah.
Would either like, I don't want to keep making this all about like Shanti and Morgan, but like, would we have had any relation with this Lord Zephyr or anything like that, or he's totally foreign to us?
He probably would be totally foreign to you guys, but you two and Briney can make a history check to see.
All right. Use my lucky space die. Here we go.
Yeah, the last 3 history checks I've made have been
That's not
natural
bad.
20s, so let's see if I can keep that up.
It's double digits. That's new. Okay. 14.
25.
Dirty 20.
It's not that good.
You all three would know. You have all heard that he is like one of the prominent air genasi families in the thing. That like his family is one of the big supporters of SETI, which is the water representative. And like kind of pushing for him, helping fund his campaign a little bit.
Okay.
Which it's made people talk, kind of made people upset because an air genasi is back in the water genasi. Especially considering it's the prominent family of all of them.
Do I know anything about the water genasi candidate?
You don't.
Okay.
You know that about 2 years ago they became elected.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, word isn't known much about them. That other than they're really good, they're a really strong candidate, and people of all over, not just in genasi, not just water, love this guy.
Okay.
And that he is pretty much the shoe-in for becoming president. And people who don't want him to become president don't like it.
Right. SETI, what's his name? SETI?
SETI, S-E-D-I, which, you would know that most of the time, if they're named SETI around here, it's short for sediment.
Sediment, I was just gonna say.
Alright, let's head to that hotel and see if we
Yep.
can find him.
You can ask around, but it's pretty obvious which one is the Charlton because it's the biggest building. Actually close to the center of the town.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like there is a big amphitheater in the center, and then there is a row of expensive, nice hotels around that. And people just kind of point you in that direction and be like, it's the biggest one.
Okay.
Okay, we go that way.
Yep.
As we're walking, I'm taking off my ears and putting them away for now. And I'll commend elowen for their quick thinking and pretty masterful bargaining at the discount shopping store. So well done.
Thank
Does
you.
it smell like mayonnaise?
Is the I wrote down slobbering mastiff, but is it drooling mastiff? I don't know which one it is. Is that on the way at all, or no?
They're next to each other. Yeah.
Oops, my bad. Actually, they both are on there, and they're right next to each other. and they're on the opposite side of Danger Kitty. So it would be diagonal from that if you went a straight path, and the charlatan is probably up in the left side of it because it's outside of the festival area.
Okay.
If you can consider there's an outside of the festival area. Once you get outside of it and you go towards the charlatan, you notice that people are still partying outside of it, but the booths and most of the festives are in one area, but people continue it out of it.
Do we want to stop by the Mastiff first and take care of these last little bits of things, or do we want to go and scope out the charlatan and see if we can find Lord Zephyr, knowing that we may have to circle back if he's not there?
What are we doing at the Mastiff? What do we need to do there?
I am inquiring about communication devices.
Oh, that might
would
be
be
good.
really helpful.
Yeah, that might be good to do.
And Tam's cufflinks to get that started.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
back into the fray,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Is anyone keeping out an eye as they're walking? I'm figuring Morgan's gonna listen to see if they can get any more leads. And
I'm staying a few paces behind and just looking around,
Yeah.
Everybody
especially
who-
focusing on people looking at the group.
You can make a perception check since everybody's interests are kind of going to be scattered. Like Morgan's going to be more listening and stuff like that.
I'm just looking for anybody I recognize. Like, it's my first time back on the planet in a couple years, you know?
Perception?
Yes.
Is
16.
that everybody, or just?
One of you guys,
Uh,
go!
Everybody
Also
who wants to
insane.
can do it.
19.
Elo, what did you say?
16.
Okay. You don't notice anyone watching the party. For the most part, it looks like somebody glances at you guys because two of you are kind of out of the ordinary, but then just kind of were like, oh, cool. I've never seen that race before. Or they're like, oh, I like her spot, and then just goes out about their business. Morgan, what did you roll?
16.
16? You hear a few more people talking about how they weren't expecting Zephyr, of all people, to get kidnapped, and then one or two about like people being afraid that their companions are going to get kidnapped. And you do notice that those who say they're worried about it getting kidnapped are always either an air or a water genasi, and the people who talk badly are either earth or fire.
I rolled a 21.
Oh, what were you looking for, or what were you wanting to specifically do?
Yeah, just
there was
looking
anything.
at I guess just looking out to see if there were other Venus people around and like avoiding them.
Avoiding them.
Yeah.
You don't see any, but you do hear one or two people say, "Oh, I wonder if she works at that flower shop." So you get the idea that they're at the flower shop.
Okay.
I rolled a 15. Kind of keeping an eye out for the other Samsaran person.
You don't see them. You think maybe it was just a trick. Like maybe it was just somebody who was tall and blue, and you just got a little excited.
I'm tall and blue. It happens.
But you guys do start going through more of the gaming area, and you have people who are like trying to get you guys to join in another fire drinking ale contest, or a poker game called Hot Coals, and somebody telling you think you can take on the killer, and they're just shaking dice, and you make your way through. Like you get the idea that all the shops are on the perimeter and all the gambling is in drinking is inside.
Somebody probably needs to hold Shanti's hand and.
Yeah, Elowen has no like idea how to handle this, so she's like, they are the kind of person who doesn't know to ignore people and walk, you know what I mean, when they're directly talked to. So I would say that Elowen is probably being very distracted as they're walking down the street.
Okay. Well, at one point, a halfling woman looks at you and's like, "You think you can take on the killer?" And takes her dice. You're like, "Come on."
Yes, killers should be handled with finesse.
So you want to play?
Play. Yes. Where's this killer?
I'm the killer.
I will turn and look around. I know. I'll turn and look around and look for any kind of like authority type figures. Well,
Briney can be.
I suppose I'll have to handle this myself. And I don't. Yeah, just stand there, contemplating.
Okay. 1 gold to play.
Okay.
Having tinkered with quite a few dice in my time, do they look copacetic? Do they look not weighed in a way?
How much do you know about different dice games, would you say? Would you say you had history with dice games?
I have experience with them. I have a dice set on me.
Roll a history check then.
Okay. 17.
Okay. You know that while she does look weird and she looks like a little feral, that she is trying to get her to play the dice game called The Killer, which the goal is to have the highest points without rolling a roll, and you do a roll for every letter, and that she's acting the part. But other than that, if you look past that, she looks normal. But you know that this is an act.
Using my telepathic feat, I will relay that information to Elowen.
Elowen like jumps and looks around.
This is the first time you've done that?
Yeah.
And then we'll pull out a gold coin and give it to the woman.
So are you gonna play?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I need a pen. I got my pencil. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Roll a d6 and tell me what you get.
6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Roll it again.
5.
And again.
6. Wow.
Ooh.
And again.
I hope this is a 2. There we go. Some balance.
Again.
A 1.
Oh, you're dead. You're doing well. And she's like, the killer strikes again. And she flips the gold coin and puts it in her pocket. She's like, it's usually more fun if more people play, but some reason people are not coming to my booth. But thank you for playing.
Thank you. You may want to invest in some signage to attract customers. And then they'll walk away.
Work fine.
Okay.
And she's just like,
marketing
take on
advisor.
the killer! And it's just like throwing her hands around and just going, killer!
I think that might be more the reason she's not attracting customers.
A little too into it. All right, should we focus now and get to where we need to be?
Yep.
Drooling.
Yep.
As you get more into the center, it's a lot more people are like being pushy about you playing games. So you can avoid it, but I would prefer if Shanti roll a just roll a d20. Roll a
Roll a distraction
wisdom.
roll, Shanti.
roll a wisdom save.
Can I guide myself? Or
Sure.
no? Okay.
I would say you can because you
don't
know you're
wanna
gonna get
save.
distracted.
Yeah.
A wisdom saving throw. So I got a 4 plus 7, so 11.
So at one point, you're like, I'm staying on track. I'm staying on track. And you hear somebody say, you can win big with hot coals.
Hot coals.
The higher the number, the better you win. And so you start getting distracted. Does, who would be the closest? Because how far ahead would you be in the group?
Me? I
Yeah.
would probably be kind of in the back, like just kind of taking it all. Not as far back
so-
as Eol, but towards the back because I'm
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Morgan is probably in the front.
I'm in the back
I
there
usually
too.
hang out with Shanti, so.
Is
I would
anybody
probably be near her.
babysitting me?
Yeah, I would say, Briney, roll a perception check to see if you notice her drifting off.
9.
You don't notice her drifting off. So
I wanna-
you get to the thing.
I'm like 30 feet behind the group. Do I see her?
I would
Derivating?
say you would definitely notice her drifting off to the side. So you can either intervene or just let her go.
I would be
I
pretty
will-
far back too, so.
I will just like telepathy to the first one who is in the front, just saying, "Shiny's Shiny's moving. Just look at her. Look at her. She's moving. She's moving."
Uh-huh.
When you
Which
do the
would be-
when you do the telepathy, do you put like your finger to your ear, like you're using like a spy thing? That would be really cool.
I'm really trying to look as inconspicuous as possible,
Okay.
and since it's only one way talking, I'm just letting them know in their head that Shanti is kind of going on the side.
Are you doing the person in the front or the person in front of her?
Who are
The
you
person
telling?
that is right in front of her.
Okay, which would be probably Briney. I would say
Yeah.
that you're like right there.
What?
I actually think Elowen would drift off with her, just because, you know, of reasons. So,
Cats again. All right.
Yeah.
Stay on
come
task,
on.
people.
We have somewhere
she
to
made all
be.
these awesome games.
I know. Elowen's been bitten by the bug. Like now they want to go try them all. Like,
Yeah.
One,
After each
one
one, they
game,
put
one
notes.
game of hot coals. Deal? One game? I'm talking to
Okay.
both of y'all.
sure.
Sure.
Okay.
You read my mind. Did you want to play too?
What? All right, the three of us are gonna go play.
All right.
One game.
Yeah.
One
So
game.
when you
Yeah. I'll come
when you
along too.
approach when you guys
Unless
approach
anyone
the table,
tells Morgan, she's gonna keep going because she's really not perceptive.
I'll send Esri. I don't know if it's been an hour or not, but I'll send Esri if she's still around to come get you.
you would be pushing it, but I would say it's fine. When you guys approach the table, she'd be like, "Hot coals, 1 gold to enter." The
Okay. And then
One
I'll give
goal.
her.
What's the
Sounds
game?
good. Yeah, what's the game?
Elowen will go.
So pretty much in the universe, you would be drawing cards, and the higher the number you win. In this, you will be rolling dice.
Okay.
So you will roll a d20, then you will roll a d12, then a d10, then a d6, and a d4.
Okay.
I get
so
to use my dice.
20, 12, 10.
No D8.
Well, just keep
20.
just keep those rolls because
Wait, what are we doing? A
each-
20, a 12.
just
a
all
10
of them, but the percentile.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
10.
That's
So
easier.
20, 12, 6, 4, 8, 6, 4. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Picking
6,
colors is hard. Okay.
4. Okay. Here we go.
So the first round, you will roll the d20 since you guys have already entered,
Okay.
Oh my god.
and the house will
8.
roll.
18.
15.
10.
9.
House rolled 19. You can remove from this round. You can stay in. You can ante up. It's up to you. So you can remove yourself from the game if you think you're going to roll good. If that makes sense.
Is it a goal per round?
No, you don't have to enter. But if you think you're going to win, you can put in another gold, and the more gold that's in the pot, the more that the house has to pay out if they lose.
All right, I'll put in another gold.
Sure, I will too.
Who's all playing?
So it's a high total though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the highest total.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and stay in.
Yeah, I'll stay in.
I'll stay in.
And we're all...
And only Briney's putting an extra gold in? Oh.
I'll put
Do
a
we
gold.
Do we have to put an extra gold to keep going or not?
No.
Okay.
It's just more of a...
Yeah, it's like increasing your payout.
Yes.
Later. Potential payout.
Yeah.
Then I will. So I'm at 2.
Alright, and the next round, you roll a d12.
8.
The house rolled a 1.
Nice.
9.
12.
Are we competing against each other, or just the house, or all?
You are competing against each other in the house, but if, like, it's a first-second thing if the house loses completely. If you are above the house, you do get money, but whoever has the highest will get the highest payout.
Okay.
And thus the party disbanded.
Saving slavers? What? No.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10. I don't know if you heard that.
Try to, like, make sure you just keep adding it, because so you add that roll to what you rolled last one.
Okay.
So is anybody anteing up?
Yeah,
I will.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, sure.
What else we got? This is my one game. I'm gonna go for it.
Roll a d8. Sorry.
D10? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
5.
5.
4.
The house rolled a 9.
ooh,
Oh, but they rolled a 1 last time, I think.
the house rolled a 9 on a D8.
On a d10.
D10.
Oh, I thought you said no percentile.
Well, like the actual.
Not the okay.
Yeah, not the dumble.
I didn't roll a 10. Let me roll a 10. That's a 4.
Would anyone like to ante up?
Sure.
Yep, we're doing it.
Sure. Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
this.
Just assume I'm.
If I don't win, maybe my friends will win. I'm okay with that.
D8.
Oh, house rolled a 2.
3.
1.
I got a 5.
All right. Who wants to ante up?
I will.
Yep, sure.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
At this point, I think it's time to reel Morgan in, because I think that must have walked a bit further.
Yeah.
So you just get a message in your head saying, "Oop, turn around."
Roll a d6. House
Morgan
rolled a
turns
4.
around and no one is
4.
behind her.
We're like, yeah.
I got a 1.
I got a 4.
2.
Who's
Oh,
all anteing up?
me.
I will.
Yep.
And roll a d4. A 1.
2.
1.
All right.
All
So the
right.
house ended with 36.
Ooh,
Oh, so close. 35.
5. Me too. Oh,
42.
man.
42?
The answer
Yeah.
to everything.
Nice.
Tim, what did you get?
This one.
I'm adding. Hold on, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
30.
All right. So none of you guys get anything, but Elowen won, so she gets a double. So she gets 44 gold because
nice.
22 was put in.
Wow.
Or
Elowen.
scrap metal.
Elowen's a ringer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Elowen is the right person to give a big win because this is the way to get sucked in.
It is really. But Elowen will just hand her friends back their money.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah.
We had fun. Can we go do what we need to do?
Yeah.
No?
So.
This was so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, Shanti has games we can play on our off time, right?
It's not quite so thrilling.
You don't get to win other people's money.
It's the adrenaline that, keeps you going. But yes, we should go
Shanti,
on.
we've had this conversation about your gambling before. There's a time and a place, and right now is not that time.
Yes, dear. And she'll be ready to go along.
Afterwards, after we've finished what we're here to do.
Now I will keep a close eye on Shanti and kind of stand between her and the gambling things.
And Elowen too.
Somebody else has to
15
get
minutes.
Elowen, I guess Shanti.
I'll follow Elwin.
Okay.
Seems we have
15
babysitters.
minutes of going straight and keeping you guys on track, and you do get to the slobbering and splash drooling mastiff.
Awesome.
In truth, that's pretty accurate. I mean, they do both.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you come up to the booth, hint, whatever, there's two mastiff. One that is like the black brindley English mastiff, and the one that is just the light brown English mastiff.
Okay.
And they're just sitting there, and it just says sorcerers underneath. And they're just sitting there like good boys.
It
Like
says
good
sorcerer.
boys.
Elowen will approach and say, "Excuse me, which of you is the slobbering mastiff?"
The brindle one like holds up his paw. That would be me. This is my brother.
Okay. I was sent by Danger Kitty to inquire about your services for some communication devices.
Yes. And they like kind of look shocked, just like this for a moment. How many?
1, 2, 3, 6?
6?
Yeah, I can count. My camera blocks part of my screen, so I'm like, wait, how many are there? Okay, yeah. Wait. Yeah, 6.
Okay. How good do you want the message thing?
Kind of garbly.
Discernible.
Strongest and work our way
Good,
down depending
yeah.
on what our budget is.
Yes, budget. That. What do you offer?
So we've done it once. But it was for this weird interdimensional. It took us a long time. I can do it 6 of them for 2,000 gold on the same plane, a
Same
mile
plane.
apart.
That sounds pretty good. Is that
Okay.
That's the lowest I can really honestly do.
And that's,
Okay.
okay,
I just
hold
spent a lot. I have like 188 I can contribute to this party.
But we can offer to upgrade them later to be better.
Well,
I mean,
10
on this
platinum.
plane,
The money
a
for
mile,
supplies.
that's pretty good.
on. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
10 platinum is 1,000 gold.
100,
10
no?
platinum is
Okay.
100 gold.
just kidding.
We got 200. 100 in gold and 100 in platinum. I mean 100 gold.
I will look back at the party and just say, what do you think we should do? Is
If we
it
can't
super
afford
important
all
right now?
6, if we can't afford all 6, we should at least get 2, so we can split the party into 2 parts and still be in communication, or 3, so 2,
Okay.
2, 2,
Yeah.
so nobody's alone.
How long will they take to create?
about a day each.
Oh. Okay. And then how much, like, if we just ordered, you know, one at a time or a couple at a time, how many for, like, a pair?
It would be
How
more
much for-
expensive
Oh.
because I'm doing a bulk discount.
Right.
So for 3, I would say 1,200. For just 2, 650.
Do we not have enough to pool to get all 6 right now?
I have about 600 gold.
Yeah.
So
I have
if you
500.
6, I have almost 2. We have 2. 6, that's half.
So
I would just.
I have gold, but
I've got mayonnaise.
I also accept trades if you have magical equipment you don't use.
Well then.
Let's see
I
what we
didn't
got.
write it down. How much money did we get at the last drop?
I have no idea.
I had 988, but I had been shopping, so I don't know.
You should have came out of that 1,000 total.
Oh.
Okay.
Minus anything you'd spent previously.
Mm-hmm.
Because he gave you 5. Thistle had given you 500 to start off each.
Right.
And then 500 once you guys got a nod to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Did I don't know if I put that in. I don't.
Okay. You know what?
No.
so if
I will offer the vial of acid. It has 8 drops. Ooh. I don't know. That does 46 damage. Maybe I don't want to give him that. That's pretty good.
I will.
I do have this
pull...
punch card for any item at Danger Kitty. And I can choose anything that you might want.
Ooh.
And there's no limit.
Interesting.
I also have these very attractive ears.
He
Shanti.
he chuckles. He's like, well, we're friends with them, and we do all their magical stuff. While I appreciate the gesture, we kind of trade.
I have
lot.
a Fey blade, but I don't know if anybody here wants that.
Shanti would just be okay to die, so she wouldn't want the Beyblade. She'll come back, hopefully.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I feel like Shanti is the
that's
kind of
definitely an
person
option.
who sells the presents she got at Christmas the day after.
so we have
She
an
mostly
extra
would
100.
give it away to people.
Yeah.
She likes things, but she doesn't ever keep things.
So we have all of our gold, plus we have the 1,100 that we just picked up, right, for supplies.
200.
200. I couldn't
200
do
gold,
math.
10 platinum, so 200.
It's
10,
only
10,
it's
10 platinum is 100
Yeah.
gold.
oh
So-
sorry, so it's
So we
only
got
gold.
total worth, it was 200 gold.
200. Sorry, okay.
I
All
opened the little pouches
Well-
on the ears. Like, was there anything hidden in there, like some extra money?
And do I?
You find 10 gold.
Okay, it's like going through the couch cushions. I got 10 extra.
So can I speak to the jeweling master first and ask him, like, do I need to put a deposit down for my cufflinks for
Oh,
11
right.
days from now? Because that's 1,000 gold, and otherwise I'd only have 11 left, which I'd gladly contribute. But
Since that is something I can sell if you don't come up, I will willingly do a down payment, just 200 gold for a down payment on that. Just so that way we can make sure it's worth our time to make it.
okay. So I have gold to help.
Okay.
Right?
So
Since this is also a bulk order, we will be willing to only take. We can just do half, and you guys can come back and give us the other half.
okay,
Okay, so can we come up with $1,000?
I have 500. So
I
I
have
can
like
contribute
310.
1,000. I didn't buy anything.
Oh,
Yeah, and I can give you a 500 too, and then I'll have a little bit left.
so Well, I think we have enough to at least put the down payment. So if we need money for anything else along the way, until we get paid for our next job.
Works for me. Yeah, Elowen will pull out 500 and then I guess we'll order them and come back and pick them up.
I would say they would get done at the same time as the cufflinks because one will be doing one and one will be doing the other.
Okay.
So we're gonna just do all 6 then for the.
Yeah, that's a good deal, and that's gonna.
It's important to
serve
keep
us
a
well
line of
in
communication.
missions to come.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was trying to look
on
at
the
if I
same
had
plane
anything.
in 1 mile.
So do I need to dock out any money in my inventory? I lost track.
I don't think so. If I put up 500 and Elowen puts 500, that's the
down
that's
payment.
1,000. So we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you want to put anything in my mayonnaise bag? I can carry it for you if you need it.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Jeez, does it come out?
You open the bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's a wild
Roll for
west
mayonnaise.
bag.
Hold on.
Just want to see if anybody needs to store anything.
It's
Do you,
considered a
hold on.
That's what it is,
99 gold falls out.
Oh,
Oh, Rainmaker.
You guys got lucky, and I rolled the correct things to get that, and I rolled a 99 on the percentile.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Bag
Does
is
the gold
amazing.
smell slightly like mayonnaise?
Right?
It's considered a bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, this bag really smells like an old sub shop. Like, yeah.
Walking into a subway.
Have we
Subway
actually
closing time.
considered turning it over? Because if they're supposed to empty everything that they have when you turn
Yeah,
them
when
over.
maybe when we're in a room and not like in the middle
Yeah.
of a festival, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yeah.
That's a good
99
idea.
gold. All right.
Just do that 10 more times. 20 more times and everything's paid for.
Yeah, until she pulls out a wasp nest or something.
Alright. You guys are making your way to the charlatan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna say that Morgan is probably going to be the smart one here and leads you around the corner so you don't go through.
Okay.
Just for expediency. You guys make your way through. You pass nice bakeries and people selling random stuff, but Morgan learned her lesson and keeps you on track. And you guys make your way to the charlatan. When you approach, you see people in very elegant dresses, fancy suits and stuff, and they're all walking in and out. And for the most part, you guys do not fit in.
Well, Morgan and Ale fit in
Yeah,
very
for the
nicely,
most
but
part.
the rest of you.
For the most part, you
Yeah.
two look great.
I have I'm posh.
Chainmail look is not happening here.
I'm a posh noble. These would be
I
my
just
people.
didn't know if you dressed like a posh noble.
Yeah.
Roll for posh.
But this
Roll
is
for
also
posh.
like this is definitely people who don't do anything. They pretty much just wake up and sit around and do whatever they want and not get their hands dirty.
They wake up, they sit around and talk about other people.
Pretty much.
So, the day. It's a greeting that's very popular back where I come from.
But you look around and not only is it like very fancy people, it's like only water and air genasis that you're noticing as well. And with a more heavy leaning towards air.
Okay.
Morgan, did you show anybody the picture?
I mean, Shanti's seen it, and Morgan kind of would have carefully shown it to everybody.
So
When you
either
showed
both.
us the cipher.
Either both of you can roll a perception check to see if you see him, or one can do it with advantage.
I can
Shanti
guide
do it with
somebody.
advantage. I think Shanti's the best at perceiving things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my passive perception is 8. I don't see anything most of the time.
You have skills in other areas though, so that's cool.
23.
Alright. Looking
This was a
around,
Rachel.
there is a balcony at the very top, like penthousey kind of feel to it, and you see that Lord Zephyr like on the balcony eating breakfast.
I would discreetly point him out. So I don't know if these would be my people. I come with a pedigree as part of my background, and I come with a signet ring. So I'm assuming these are my people, even though I wouldn't like them.
So often the case.
Yeah. But otherwise, I would tell the group, like, he's up there, like, kind of casual, like, I don't know how we want to approach this.
I could try to not sneak us in, but make you pass as somebody from his entourage, from
Why don't we
the people at the front desk.
and ask them?
That we can do as well.
Ask to see him? Just say, hey,
I
there's...
have a
Do we
feeling
have
they
an
will
important
not let us
message
see
for
him.
him, or maybe we don't all go up. Maybe, you know, Morgan or Shanti goes up. So, you know, somebody who looks like they belong, say they have a message for him.
Or Eol, if you would like to do it too, it's okay with me.
Whoever looks like
yeah,
they fit in
yeah, I
here.
have something in mind.
Okay.
Go for it. I'll guide you before you go.
Could be
Okay.
rich murmuring.
So I pull out my tablet that I usually use for note keeping. Try to look as panicky as possible, and start marching towards the front desk, and going straight to the clerk and saying, "Hi, I'm so sorry. I am Vorik Heldebanok. I am Mr. What's the name of the guy again?
Zephyr?
Zephyr.
Lord Zephyr, personal assistant. There is this group of people that you were supposed to meet today, and they are completely late. I am so sorry. I need to see him right away." And I'm nervously clicking the pen lockpick.
Roll a deception check.
Morgan is in the background, like tapping her foot, like looking really annoyed at the fact that she has to wait for anything.
Deception?
Yeah.
What did Shanti's buff give me again? Guidance?
+4, a D4.
Okay, so that's going to be 22.
Nice.
And she looks young, and she's like, "Oh, yeah." And then she goes over to like a phone and starts like dialing, and she's like waiting, and like she's talking to somebody, and then she comes back and she's like, "He'll be right down. I'm so sorry.
Thank you
I
so
hope they
much.
don't get too mad."
No, don't worry. I will take all the blame. Like I'm just in such a panic. Thank you so much for being so helpful.
And she like shrinks. Like maybe she's new to this job and she's been yelled at for something that's not her fault before.
Aw. Somebody tip that little girl. She's working hard for the money.
I lean in and just discreetly put a gold in front of her and just back away.
She like just fuck is it?
Yep.
Tyson. And she goes back to typing. Completely oblivious now. Is anybody looking up at him still, or like
Yeah.
seeing if he's reacting at all?
See what it does.
When they get the message, he looks down at you guys, looks confused, and then leaves. And about
Leaves to going down the stairs or?
Like, he goes into his room. You can't see because, like, it's
okay.
a
He's up.
balcony. Yeah. And about 10 minutes later, he comes down, and he's like, my personal assistant is in my room. I give you that. What do you want?
Morgan extends a hand and says, Aoife Kelly from the Senate, I need to speak to you.
He just shakes it, and then leads you up to his room.
All of us?
All of you, because
Okay.
he's assuming that you're all together.
Yep.
After all of you get into the room, he closes the door, locks it, and then goes over to the balcony and shuts everything closed. And it's
Okay.
really dark in the room now.
I'm just gonna put my hand on my laser pistol and just, it's always gotta have air quotes, you know that. I'm just ready. I don't know this guy. I know he owns people, and that's not cool, so I'm ready.
We have received word that you have lost some of your companions.
Yes, I didn't know the Senate worked so fast. But Iffy and S, they've lived with me for the last 5 years now. They're 2 kobold sisters that I found in a wreckage. That they were the only survivors, and they've been living with me.
And they went missing last night?
Last night.
From
The
this hotel
charlatan
room?
usually has precautions. Yes. And then he points to a smaller room. He's like, they were sleeping in there. I usually get them a room when we come to the festival because they don't like being out and part of it. But they were taken sometime last night, and when I woke up to go check on them and for us to have our breakfast, they were gone.
Did you find
Did
any
you notice
items in the
anything
room?
out of the ordinary? Unlocked doors, broken windows.
Oh, they always slept with their window cracked because they like the fresh air, but and there's 2 cards on their bed, but I haven't touched anything. I was waiting for you guys to arrive.
And we go check it.
Mm-hmm.
To get these cards.
Morgan
Yeah.
will go
Yeah,
have a look.
me too.
He stays out of the way, like he lets you guys go through, and he actually moves away where he can't see into the room. Like he seems really upset that they're gone, and more of like a child's kid was kidnapped, not property was taken. Kind of bad.
Okay.
From the
But they're
back
more
of the
like
group, I'm going
servants than
to.
slaves to these guys.
You're gonna do
They're
what?
people that they care about. They're more like servants than slaves. They care about them. They do a job, but they still care about them.
I'll throw up a
While everyone is asking all those questions, I would like to cast Detect Thoughts on the Lord and make sure that he actually means and that he actually feels distress. Not probing too deep yet, but...
You get that he's distressed, that, like, very much that they're, in his head, they're his kids. Only on paper are they his slaves.
Okay.
Which, I think Morgan had rolled about it, either that or Shanti, but the whole thing about, the way the genasi work, that is, if anyone who lives on the planet that isn't a genasi, they have to be categorized as a slave of some type, or they're not allowed on there. Because for so long in the universe, genasis were treated as lesser because they didn't come from anything. And it wasn't until they got their independence and started the nation that they were something.
Okay.
Elowen
I-
will investigate.
And I would throw up a detect magic in the room.
You You do get a detect magic from the 2 cards, but it's very faint, almost as if like it's just the leftover from being used. Other than that, you don't get any other type of magic. And you guys look about the room, and it looks as if 2 kids were sharing a room in a hotel. It's a little messy, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Can I check the window that they left open or cracked when they slept?
Roll an investigation check.
Guidance.
I'm gonna use patience, which is one of my things, because that allows me to re-roll a fail, and that was a 4, so. And I should have switched dice, because that's a 3. With guidance, it's a 4.
Looks
Yeah.
It looks like a window.
Is there any kind of indication how long ago these people may have been taken?
You don't really know. You know, based on the fact that he went to bed and he said he was getting them up for the morning, it kind of left a, 6 to 7 hour window for Deck to have taken them. But you do know that those cards are the ones that Deck, or the Act uses to transport people. Like, you've seen them before.
Yep.
Can we take them with us, maybe? And
Do we know what School of Magic? Is it like a illusion thing, or
It is conjuration.
Conjuration? Okay. I have my handy duty
Take the
thing
cards
here.
with us. We don't
Make
want
stuff
anyone else to know.
appear.
yeah.
Do you have a list of your staff, personal people who could have been there yesterday?
Well, it's only me and my assistant, Zala, and he points to a water genasi, and Iffy and S. My wife stays home, and we usually just come in for political stuff like this.
The moment he points to the assistant, I shift the attention for detect thoughts to the assistant. Is she feeling nervous? Okay?
It just feels bad that they're gone. Like, she doesn't feel
Okay.
guilty or anything like that.
I would like to talk to the assistant. Water genasi to water genasi. Like, hey girl, hey boy, what? I don't know. Hey you.
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened here? Do you have any information?
I don't. At night, I leave. I stay at in a different hotel with my sister, who's also here. But
I want to
when
kind of pull them aside, and so, is he a good boss? Is he a good guy?
yeah,
Yeah. And
he's actually the highest paying person that I've ever worked for.
and he
It's
treats,
really nice.
He treats what are the sisters' names that are missing?
Iffy and S.
Iffy and S. Okay. And he treats them well.
Yeah.
They want to be with this family, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, they get the same schooling and stuff that we did whenever we were kids. Like,
Okay.
it's almost as if they were air genasi.
So he found them and just sort of adopted them, and it's just on paper that they're listed as property.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a requirement
because
here.
the system is broken. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so while I'm talking, I'm assuming that. Well, I don't know that he cast the spell, but just I'm guessing that Eel is getting some thoughts there.
I just, they're nice kids. I'm really sad that they're gone.
So did somebody deliver the letters to the girls here? Or were they on the beds? Like
The cards.
The
The
cards
cards,
were
yeah.
sitting on the bed.
like tarot cards. That's his signature thing,
Oh,
right?
okay. I got you.
Yeah, that's Deck's
yeah.
thing. See, so is it the same card, or is it like a different
They're different
card
cards.
from a tarot deck? What cards are they?
Seven of Cups and the King of Swords.
Okay.
I'd like to ask Lord Zephyr if they didn't like the festival and partaking in the festival, then why bring them here with you?
Because unfortunately, the way the system works is if you have slaves, they have to be within a certain distance of you at all times. Usually within the same city. It's a little wishy-washy, but since we live on the other side of the world, they had to come here. Otherwise, I lose my rights to them.
Do you have a picture of them, just so that we can know what they look like?
And he goes to his personal belongings and he goes through his stuff and he's like, this is the most recent one I had, and it looks like some kind of holiday and they're all sitting together. It's like him, his wife, and his daughter, and the two of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I asked the Lord, a person of your importance, you probably get some threats from time to time. Has any of them recently targeted your family?
Yes, but I've been getting threats 5 to 10 a day for the last 2 months since I've started backing candidate SETI. That would leave a lot of people for you guys to look at. So that's why I contacted the Senate. It was because I don't trust the local law enforcement to take this seriously or to do a good job.
You already contacted them or not at all, the law enforcement?
I've made my statement and pretty much they left about 30, 40 minutes ago and just like, oh, we'll keep an eye out. But they probably just got pre-sold and they're already blown it off.
Okay.
Are there any security cameras in this building that you know of?
I know of. You would have to ask the front desk.
When we find them, do you have any tokens that you can give to us to let them know that we can give to them to let them know that we are working for you?
He's like, I really don't want to go into the room, but there should be a stuffed basilisk and a stuffed manicore on each of their beds.
Okay. I'll give those to Briney to put in her bag.
I love it. The stuffed
I don't know if you want to put them in the mayonnaise bag.
You can hold them in mine if you want.
The gold machine bag.
I'll have faith in the bag.
Okay.
Do you? Do you have any leads for us? I mean, something to narrow it down. Whatever your gut instinct might tell you.
I know there was some words about this dwarf hanging around, and for the most part, it's only genasi who stay here. We do have some more wealthier elf and half elves that stay here, but usually they stay at one of the other hotels.
And Deck is a dwarf, right? To refresh my memory. Okay. All right.
I mean, can we be blunt and just ask him if he knows about the act and stuff like that, or is that like more secretive information? It's Krisi asking, not Shanti.
I mean, it's not particularly secretive. They're known, at least.
Yeah, they may not know that we're on this particular mission to find him, but you know, the cards are a symbol that would probably be known. So, I think we could mention it to him.
Would ask if he has any information in his dealings with the world
Right.
about how to find these people.
Yeah.
Like, I've only ever loosely heard of them. I just know that they're known for transporting people, and I don't agree with it, so I try to avoid it.
Do we have anybody that can scry on these cards? Or do anybody... No.
We are way too low a level for that.
Right.
Does Zephyr? Like, does he have any contacts that could try to scry, like, who know the kobolds well and could try to scry on them?
I've been contacting people, but for the most part, I try to avoid a lot of powerful people knowing about them, just so that way they can't use them or hurt them to hurt me.
Okay.
I don't know a lot of
Nice.
magical users.
Okay.
We met
Let's go
some
talk
very
to the front desk
interesting
and see if there's
mastiffs.
security cameras we can get access to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask the staff if they've seen any kobolds as well. And
Some dwarves.
Can sorcerers scry? But they are not familiar with these
But would it be
sisters.
familiar?
Yeah.
He does say, as you guys are leaving, like, if you bring them back, I will pay you guys like 5,000 gold. Like,
Oh, wow.
that's all I have on me. I can get more. I just want them home.
Travels with a full
We're not
wallet.
here to extort you.
Like, he seemed really, really sad and upset. Like, maybe he was crying before you got there, but you can't really tell because he's wet.
He's just always moist, so it's hard to tell.
I thought he was air genasi. Is he water? He's air, right?
He's air.
Oh, okay.
But he looks
Yeah.
wet.
He looks wet.
He looks wet. Like, maybe he took a shower.
So I didn't notice.
Yeah. Just when it was like crying in the shower so no one could tell he was crying.
Oh.
Been
He's a
there.
man.
Okay.
Too real.
Can Elowen, just for fun, cast Identify on the cards to see if there's anything extra on them?
All you can really get is that it was a magical item. It was consumable. It no longer functions. And you can't tell if it's exactly if it's dimension door, teleportation, but it's something that does transportation.
Okay.
Okay.
I would go straight to the girl at the front desk. Hopefully
Yeah.
she calmed down by now. And
Right.
with the most soothing voice that I can muster, I will ask her, okay, so I'm sorry about the panic earlier. It was an emergency. This is a matter of life and death for 2 kids. I'm not gonna tell you who, but this is important. Do you have security cameras? Do you have a security office, a security manager or something?
And she just thinks for a moment. We have one security camera. Well, technically 2. One on the inside and one on the outside of our entrance.
Could it be possible to watch the recordings from that? Please. If it would make you feel safer, we can ask Lozefer for him to vet for us.
I can't make that decision. I just work here.
Understandable. Understandable. Can you lead us to the person who can make that decision?
I'll go get him.
Your manager for us.
Thank
I'll
you.
go get him. And like, she's starting to get a little nervous again, and she goes to get her manager. And about 10 minutes later, because you know they're having the "why can't you deal with it" conversation. A man comes out, fire genasi, and he's just like, "What can I do for you?"
Hi, I'm very sorry for having disturbed your wonderful employee. She has been extremely helpful. We are dealing with a security issue right here within the hotel, and Lord Zephyr has asked us to check some security footage. Would you require us to go fetch him so he can confirm?
I will call him.
Please do.
Mhm.
How much do you need to watch?
Last night.
Just last night.
The last 24 hours, if possible.
Have you watched the security footage, or was there somebody on duty? Because we can tell you what we're looking for, and that would narrow it down.
We have a security, like, people who come in, that do tape watch, like, once every 12 hours for the last 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not supposed to come in for another hour or two. I can go get the other security guard and you can ask him because he did watch the 12 hours that would cover last night.
Okay.
That would be fantastic.
That would be very helpful.
Do you just want me to get him or do you guys want to view him?
Let's start with him while you're getting the tapes. How does that sound?
Okay. He's like, I still have to make sure that you are who you are. And
That's
you
fine.
are doing this.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
And he goes and like you see him on the phone and he's talking and he looks at you guys and then puts his back to you so you can't watch him while he's talking.
Uh-huh.
And he hangs it up.
If the security guard watched them and didn't raise an alarm, then he's suspicious right there. That's what I'm thinking.
That would
And
be suspicious.
he hangs up the phone and he's just like, give me one moment. I'll send him out here. And he goes and to go get the tapes for the last 24 hours. And he sends this like really short earth genasi to come out, and he's just like, how can I help you? Like, hunching old man, like he probably shouldn't have a job.
Oh, he's just the little old security guard guy. He probably fell asleep. All right, who wants to talk to him?
I will. Morgan reaches out her hand. It's Aoife Callie from the Senate. We are investigating something for Lord Zephyr. Is there a more... She kind of looks around. Private space we can talk, as I'd rather not be overheard by just anyone.
He stops for a minute. He's like, I could take you to the security room, but it's now I got a lot of room. Like maybe only 2 or 3 of you can fit in there with me. Is that okay?
Thankfully,
Even
I
if
am
it's
really
just in a
small.
hallway that's not in the main
And so
foyer.
he leads.
Yeah.
He leads you guys, and he opens up the security room, and it really is just a table with some TVs
Yeah.
and a chair and what looks to be like his lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need some mail? It's the running joke. You started it. I'm gonna run with it.
It's gonna be our running dirt for the campaign. Morgan says, last night, 2 kobolds went missing from this hotel. Was that caught on the security cameras?
No, I double checked. There was one weird thing. I can show it to you, but it doesn't look like a person. And
Anything
Please
that
do.
seems weird or anomalous is something that we would want to look at, as we are dealing with people with magical means.
okay. And so he puts in a tape, and it's like for even like the space campaign that's like this weird mixture, it's like a VHS tape. And he puts it in, and he's like scrubbing through, and he's like, oh, I think I went past it. And he presses it, and he's like, right here. And he points to the screen, and he's like, see this little white dot here? And it's in the alleyway somewhere. He's like, it flashed just for a moment. And so he backs up a little bit and he plays it. And it does, like, the white light appears and disappears. So it's like just a quick flash. That's it.
Where is that exactly regarding the hotel?
It is so the front camera, because it's the outside door, only gets, I would say about 200 feet out from it. So I would say it's about another. It's right on the edge of that 200 feet in that alleyway. Off to like
Okay.
the right.
And anyone standing in that alleyway would have a pretty clear view of the balcony to Lord Zephyr's room.
Well, yeah, because there's a huge clearing all around this thing.
Hmm.
That's a good starting point.
Yeah. Looks like it.
And there wasn't like a shadow of a dwarf-sized body or anything like that
Just
when
a
it- before the flash.
quick, like a 6 seconds of just a flash, like just a little white light.
Doesn't seem like a dimension door or any like spell that we might have seen.
Have you seen Dimension Door?
I
don't
might
think
have in a
I have
past
that.
life.
I mean,
don't
Morgan knows how these
think
cards work, so
Yeah,
she
I don't
recognize it?
have that kind of magic.
This definitely isn't one of the cards. You know that the cards just kind of like they set it on the person when they do it, or when it touches the person, they just disappear in front of you,
Okay.
and you have no idea where they go.
I'm more interested in how they managed to get the cards to them.
Yeah, how they got in.
The window. That would be
Yeah,
my
possibly.
excuse.
The intruder
What
came
time
in through
was-
the window.
But if they had the means to go through the window, why would they have needed the cards at all?
To get them out without,
Because
because they wouldn't want to go.
So you would
That's
assume
nice.
Deck would still be in the city, and then they're. I picture it like that they're putting their victims to wherever they go to be held, and then Deck can still be free to go about. Maybe.
Assume so. Morgan
lot
does know
easier.
that like he's one of several. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
And
And
he's called
sometimes-
Deck because of the cards.
Sometimes leaving a card like that is less about what you're doing and more about
more about-
leaving a message.
Hmm. Just
They
Just for
wanted
shit.
people to know.
for shits and giggles, may I run an insight check on the guard to make sure that he's not withholding anything from us?
Go
He's not. Two.
ahead. Alright.
Alright, let's head out to the alleyway and see if we can find anything there.
So with it being,
We report everything to our friends, though,
Yeah.
since we're
Yeah.
out.
I will say that you guys reported it to each other, and you guys are now heading your way to the alleyway, and that's where we're going to end the episode. Just because Alex is on a time frame.
I got another game to run in an hour.
My goodness. Quick planning sesh.
Yep.
Mhm.
Jennifer,
was-
that was amazing.
That was fun. Yeah,
Well
It
done.
was so much fun. You did a really good job.
you did.
Mhm. Thank you.
So
Thank you, thank
invested
you.
in
Much
this
fun.
world.
I know. I'm so excited.
It really helps to see the characters now and not just
Yeah.
read them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love it.
I love it.
And we actually get to play with people we haven't played with before, so this is exciting.
That's true.
Oh, is that new? I've played with all of you.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you
I
all
don't think I've
we've
ever had-
never
You've
we've
never
eaten
been...
cookies.
Oh,
We've never
No,
actually
we-
gotten.
see, yeah,
Play.
you guys RP a lot in the barracks, so
Mhm.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Played with everyone
But
but
yeah, we
Harper.
have never played. That's true.
I've
Mhm.
Cthulhu'd and I've done a gallant horror.
Hmm?
So,
That's true.
mhm.
And you guys are just awesome people, so thank you.
Mhm.
Good game, guys. So much fun.
Cool.
All right,
You guys enjoyed it?
next time,
Very much so.
Briney's
Uh,
ready.
The next session, unless something falls apart, will be 2 weeks from now, because
2
we're
weeks.
doing this every other week.
Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you'll join
Had a
us
great
next time. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So
Thank
much
you.
fun.